Back in 1986, the laws changed concerning the way that you are able to get a license or maintain a license. Used to you could have a license in any state that you wanted to go to. So if you got too many points on one, you kind of put it up, used a different address, got a new driver's license. Can't do that anymore because of the big information system that works as a clearinghouse for all of the information that goes back against your driving record. They also made it where if you have 2 serious violations in a 3-year period, that means 60 days no driving of any vehicle. 3 serious violations is in a 3-year period is 120-day suspension. So again, that could be following too close, that could be speeding in a school zone or construction zone, it could be crossing a double yellow line. Serious could pretty much be whatever the officer determines. 15 over in any state is a serious violation. You have only one license, so you want to make sure that when you're carrying that with you, you've got us to keep you covered in the United States and Canada. So why do you need to worry? The officer will tell you what he knows is correct for the state that he's working in. However, your state may look at that ticket differently. So the license you have, in most cases, is from a state other than the one where you received your ticket. You're going to need an attorney to work that ticket through the system to make sure you get the very best results for long term. We also know it's almost impossible for you to get back there on your court date. We have attorneys that work everywhere, United States and Canada. They've been at this since 1987, so they do a great job for you. You get to stay on the road making money while we're in court fighting those tickets. Helps to keep your DAC record clean. And that's something that's pretty important for you in future jobs, and the outcome of that ticket makes all the difference in the world. And now you have to contend with points on the CSA. You do not want those deducted because, again, that can result in loss of job or being unable to be insured. So that's why it's important that you have someone that can represent you in court who has your best interest at heart. You're going to receive a card in the mail. It's going to look like this. Make sure you keep that in your license because it's the same as having an extra $200 in your wallet. That's your bond card in case you get stopped in the state where you need it. And how does our system actually work for you? When you get a ticket, once that membership's been in effect for 10 days, you have free representation on your first and your second court case. Sometimes you get more than one ticket at a stop, so make sure that you call us immediately as soon as you can park. You're going to want us to know what happened, so if it's following too close, speeding, logbook, overweight equipment, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can give us a call, let us be in court for you on your court date. Our success rate is over 90%. Here's just some testimonials from a couple of drivers that have used us in the past. We had a gentleman that was at the scales in California, was looking at a fine that was originally $1,400. By the attorney being there, it was reduced to $76, no points on his license. Another gentleman seems to have a problem on those little roads where the speed limit drops below the 75 or the 65 mile an hour rate. But the good news is he's still got a clean MVR. So that means he's still driving. Okay. When you're on the side of the road, what could be worse than the officer wanting to take you to jail unless you can come up with cash to post that bond? That's what that card does for you. You've got $200 cash appearance bond available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that even includes holidays and weekends. Okay. Here's another happy camper. This guy was down in the Atlanta area on what you call the I think the watermelon 500 is what that thing's called down there, where people go around in a circle, and if you're driving 55, in most cases you're probably going to get hit. But he was doing 72 and a 55. That would have been a serious violation. By the attorney being in court, that was reduced to 62, and he was a happy camper because it was no longer a serious violation for him. We know that accidents happened, and I also know that over 70% of the time it's not your fault. But if you're the big truck, guess who's going to be blamed? It's important for you to know that you're going to have an attorney that can represent you all the way through the court of original jurisdiction, and you're going to have a bail bondsman come to the court for the preliminary hearing, and they can post up to $5,000 police bail bond should you need it on a vehicular manslaughter charge. And we had that happen, and I tell you, accidents are never planned. This gentleman was in a state, had a bus truck accident, and originally he was looking at 18 years in prison because there were 3 people that were killed as a result of the accident. by the attorney representing him in court. He had no cost for the attorney to be there. Saved him about $45,000 or more. He was also looking at fines. Those were dismissed or reduced down to $500. And instead of him being in prison for 18 years, losing his license for 3, he has no jail time. He does have supervised probation for 1 year in that state. Couldn't go back there. That was the only thing that happened. And he did have to pay a $500 fine to get the case dismissed. So we were really happy that he saved probably at least $45,000, if not more, just in attorney fees. And he could still be home with his family and make a living. And that's what's important to you. So you got a ticket right now? That's not a problem. Pre-existing tickets are one of the things that we do for you because you are entitled to representation. Now we know that when you get your membership for the first 10 days, you need to drive real careful so the courts don't consider those pre-existing, or you get to pay a little fee. But if you have a ticket already, as long as we've got 10 days before the court date, we can still handle that for you with a pre-existing fee. $295 is all it takes, and let's get that membership going so we can help you out with that ticket. Did you know that you can talk with an attorney, get letters or phone calls made on your behalf to help collect on personal injury or property damage? You have credit card protection. How many times have you looked in your wallet or maybe thought you lost that credit card? You know, some of those bank cards, it's kind of scary when you get one that you can't put your hand on when you know it's there. So with the credit card protection, one call is all it takes to get those things stopped, new ones sent out to you. And the $50 deductible that's on those cards is paid with your credit card protection. So make sure you register those. You know, you need lawyers for real life too. There's a 25% discount for anything that you would need to have done, whether it's making a will, fighting with IRS, maybe you need to talk to them about a divorce or child custody, or making out a will or a trust. There's a lot of reasons you need an attorney. Why not have a free consultation by phone and then save 25% when you use them? You know, we know that you and your family have everyday needs. While you're on the road, sometimes you need a doctor. And if you're out of your home state or out of your coverage area for your hospital insurance plan, that can be a real problem. There's a one-time fee if you want to register for the doctor hospital program, so you can have consultations by phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They can even help you get a prescription filled by phone. If you need to go to the doctor, they can tell you who works within their network, and there's over 410,000 physicians that work with you. So there's a lot of different hospitals, different providers that are in that network, and the best news is that you have health care assurance. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can get a huge discount whether you need lab testing done, imaging, MRIs. How about going to the drugstore? You know, most of us have to have a prescription filled. If you can do that, get discounts on dental, vision, hearing, and there's even a part where you can have your vitamins shipped to you at a discounted rate. So as a member, you save not only for yourself on the PPO Doctor Hospital plan, but on the dental, pharmacy, and optical, your family get to take advantage of that as well. There's a $50,000 accidental death and dismemberment plan, so if something should happen to you, you will have protection for those that you love and care about. You can even make sure that your spouse has coverage on her personal automobile. Can you think of anything worse than the spouse getting up, having to go to work or take the kids to school, or something happening that maybe it's snowing and they need some help, and all of a sudden you are not home, but you're getting a phone call? Well, now, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, she or he has help while you're gone. So you can also take advantage of those vacations in case you want to drive a little bit more. Maybe you want to fly. Take advantage of those discounted rates when you use your concierge service. We know sometimes that you need other things. There's a free simple will included with your membership, discounted services on anything that you may need to have done outside, like a waiver, divorce, wills, trusts, bankruptcies, or incorporation. Did you know that your membership is tax deductible in most states when you file your taxes? Just check to make sure that it's a state that allows you to deduct that membership fee, because that is just something that's going to save you money, and it can actually make you money because it pays to stay. We have a loyalty matrix rewards program where people are earning hundreds and thousands of dollars, drivers just like you. The way they do that is they refer a driver, and when they do, they're earning an upfront bonus, and it's building their long-term residual income and the rewards commission. So we have drivers who've never referred a driver that are still getting hundreds of dollars a month. And you could do the same by maintaining your membership. It's going to be, once you get into our membership program, the rewards start to build on a monthly basis. Usually it starts out kind of slow, but over a period of time, even if it was a couple of years or 10 years or 15 years, if you had a couple of $1,000s coming to you every month just for being a member, that's something that would really, really be good for you and your family, and think what it would do for your retirement. So get that membership and hang on to it. It pays to stay. And you also get your free TVC website just to help you while you're referring others to earn that extra cash. It's personalized with your name on it, so you can pick your username and be able to give that to other people so they can go straight to your website to enroll, or you can check to see how your rewards are growing.